This podcast is produced by the Harwood Productions Podcast Network. To learn more about the network and to find more of our shows, visit us online at www.harwoodpodcast.com.
Hi, I'm Cindy Harris. Welcome to Easy Entertaining. Shrimp scampi is such a delicious dinner, but it can be a little high in fat and really high in carbs if you put it over pasta. So I've made it a little healthier by putting it over vegetables. So to start, we're going to get some shrimp, and I'm going to get a medium-sized raw shrimp. I get these actually either at the seafood counter or in the freezer, and I like to get them peeled and deveined. And I'm going to put about 2 pounds of them in a bowl, and I'm going to make kind of a little marinade for them. And it starts with 3 tablespoons of olive oil and 3 tablespoons of a nice dry white wine like a Sauvignon Blanc. And then I'm going to add just some salt and some pepper. And I'm going to give this a little stir up and just kind of let this sort of sit while I get the rest of the meal together. That way the shrimp can start to pick up that olive oil and wine marinade. Now while the shrimp sits aside, we're going to make a topping for the scampi. So I'm going to take 6 tablespoons of softened butter and 4 cloves of minced garlic. And then I'm going to add to that just a little bit of spunk, 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, and then about 3 tablespoons of minced parsley. Now to give it that fresh taste, we're going to give the zest of 1 lemon and then the juice of half a lemon. And I like to put it through a strainer to catch the seeds. And then you just want to carefully kind of mix all of that together. Now once you get all those flavors mixed up, we're going to be adding a little liquid to this, and we just need an egg yolk, so you can save the white for something else. And then for the binder, we're going to use some panko, which is a Japanese breadcrumb. And we need about 2/3 of a cup of these great bread flakes, really is what they are. And then we're going to take and get that panko mixed in with that butter and lemon and parsley and garlic. It makes for a nice crunchy topping on top of the scampi, and just a really great light flavor. It's really important to get all that breadcrumb mixed up with that butter. And then we can set the topping aside and start to get our vegetables ready. Now you can use lots of different kinds of vegetables. I'm going to first start with this red bell pepper because I like to see a lot of different colors in this dish. So I'm just going to take 1 red bell pepper and I'm going to cut it into some strips. And I'm going to place this in a large 9x13 baking dish. And then there was some great squash, so I got a crook neck. And instead of cutting it in big wheels, I'm actually going to cut the squash in half and create these little crescent half moon shapes, because I need everything to be able to cook in about 20 minutes, because that's all this dish takes in the oven. So cut up your squash, add that to the peppers, and then my family loves fennel, a fennel bulb, so I got 1 of those. And if you've never dealt with fennel, you just wash it up, cut the end off, cut the tops off, and then this is a bulb, so what you want to do is cut it in half. And you'll notice at the end there's a little bit of a core, not unlike a celery type core. And you want to cut that out. It doesn't take much of the fennel away. And then you want to cut this into some fairly thin slices. Because it's a bulb, it's pretty dense. So again, we want this to cook in about 20 minutes. So slice up the whole fennel bulb and pop that into the dish. Some people think that fennel is kind of, they say, oh, it has a licorice flavor, but when you bake it, it just gives this really, really nice flavor. So I hope you'll give fennel a try sometime. And then I love mushrooms, so I got some cremini mushrooms that are sliced, and because they cook down, I'm using 2 bags of that, and then just a couple of handfuls of some shredded carrot, and then just kind of lightly toss that with your hand, just kind of mixing everything together. Then we're going to take the bowl with our shrimp, and we're going to place those shrimp and the marinade with the wine and olive oil and everything right on top. Now this looks very full, but as you'll see, it does cook down. So because the vegetables are mainly water, as long as it sits in the oven, they start to sit down. So just kind of arrange the shrimp on top, and then we're going to take our topping, the butter and garlic and pan-cow and herbs and lemon, and I just kind of dot the top of the shrimp with this. It's not meant to spread, it's just to sort of dot the top with. This topping is where you get that traditional garlic herb flavor that we expect in scampi, so you want to use every drop of it up. And then once you get it nicely kind of dotted over the top of your shrimp, this is ready to go in the oven, and it bakes at about 425 degrees, kind of a hot oven, for about 20 to 25 minutes. And what we're looking for is this, the golden topping and the pink shrimp. Now when I go to serve this, you want to get every kind of vegetable for sure, and don't use a slotted spoon because you want that juice to come through too, because if you add a little slice of crusty French bread with it, then you can kind of sop up the juices, and it's really a delicious and really healthy dinner. This dish easily serves 8 people. So give this kind of healthier version of scampi a try. It's very light, it's very easy, and very delicious. For more information on this episode, go to our website and visit the Easy Entertaining show notes. Also, if you have any questions or ideas for us, send us an email. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.